Okay, I wiped down the Visetti and I straightened out that motor bracket, so let's set it back in the base here. And of course this is going to be the troublesome style, because these hinges don't want to stand up on their own. There we go. It's all about getting one and then getting the other. Okay. Alright, snug those up, and since it's tipped on its back, we'll put some oil underneath it here. Now it has delightful little oil spots up top with ball plugs in them, so you push the ball down and put your drop of oil underneath the ball, and then it holds the oil in the machine when the machine is tipped. So that's actually pretty cool. So very luxurious machine here. Now read which is which. Alright. Plug the light into the light socket and the motor into the motor socket on the block. And then tip the machine down into its place. The other thing that was broken on this machine was the latch here, and I just had the one I was going to put on here on the table, and I tipped the machine up on top of it. So they don't sell exactly the right latch, but screen clips for windows they make in a variety of styles, and they are almost the same. There. And it's just supposed to hold enough for you to shuffle the machine around on the table. It doesn't have to hold super tight, so. Alright. The machine is back in its spot, and all these other oiling location ball keepers are popping up, but this one is stuck down, so I'm adding a little extra oil to it and hoping that this one here will pop back up with a little bit of extra oil. So, all right, I guess we'll find a belt for it and give it a test. All right, I have two round belts. One is slightly bigger than the other. I'm gonna try and pop the small one on the Visetti and see what we get. Nice thing about this style machine is the round belt is supposed to pop on and off without moving anything, so, or without removing the hand wheel rather. A lot of other machines you gotta get the hand wheel off to get them. That is as high as that goes. Alright, and that belt Alright, that belt is pretty tight, but it did fit on there. That way if it stretches, somebody will be able to tighten that up. So I guess the shorter of the two belts was the answer, and we will turn this around and give it a whirl. Alright. Look at that. With electricity and the new wiring, the Visetti moves. So let's, oh, I set the bobbin and bobbin case aside someplace. I will have to go grab those. This machine came with a box of accessories, so I threw the bobbin case and this bobbin, which has some old thread on it, so we'll just pop that in and use it for testing. Not real good at these side loads, so we'll see if I can feel around and there we go. Alright. And then it's missing the felt. It's got its felt pad right here. So I will bet that the reason this ball here is gummed up is because the felt is right there and it got full lint from thread. But let's see now. There's a little 15 clones, so we get around the back guide here, and then that's an exciting style. Okay. Okay. Definitely have to make a threading video for this machine. I wonder what this other side is for, because this guide doesn't seem to be used. Well, that pair of scissors that came with this machine is terrible and dull, but maybe it... There we go. There, it trimmed the thread just enough. To get it threaded. Okay. That is a lovely, lovely feeling machine. Let's see how it did on the stitches here. And one of these times I'm going to remember to grab a good pair of scissors to put out, or to bring with me for the sewing project stuff. So, let's see, we got actually a pretty even stitch here. Because I'm seeing it poke through both sides. So that's pretty nice. Alright. What do we got? We got a light touch feed for silk. So pulled the bobbin thread up pretty high on this. Let's see, can I pull? Nope, it's okay. All right. That's pretty even. Well, look at that. Aside from a little bit of an adjustment on the motor bracket and needing new wiring, it looks like the Visetti is ready to go. I'm gonna need to test the bobbin winding here. So let me get set up for that. Alright, winding a bobbin test on the Visetti. So this is a peg drive bobbin winder, so it needs the notch on the side of a metal 15, class 15 bobbin, and then it's got this shoe here, so you need to make sure that you've got bobbins that are not going, that don't have bent sides so that they wedge on that shoe. And then the bobbin winding post is down here, and it goes under the button here very securely, and this is an over-the-top wind. Now, some instruction books actually say to tie the thread in the holes on the side of the bobbin. However, I do not do that because the part that they don't always make incredibly clear, and that a lot of people miss on, is that you need, oh, see, and I thought I had checked this bobbin, but alright. The thing you need to be careful about is if you leave your knot on the outside of that peg or leave too much thread on the outside here, it'll bind. So we push that button. There. I'm gonna have to since the machine is still turning even though my hand clutch is out, I'm gonna pop the hand wheel off. I'm gonna have to pop the hand wheel off and clean under there so that it clutches properly. But the bobbin wound pretty nice and evenly, and that tire seems to be soft and good, so I think it's been replaced recently. So I'm not going to worry about a bobbin winding tire. Excellent. This box did not have 2 felt pads in it though, so I'm going to put a second felt pad on this machine out of my pile. And let's get hand wheel off, one knob up. Nice thing about these round rubber belts is they do stretch plenty. So just pulling a rag through the middle of this hand wheel to wipe all the goo out of it, and then wipe that down thoroughly. Yeah, the machine is so easy moving that the clutch doesn't work particularly well. So we'll get some fresh oil under the hand wheel. There we go, and that bit of oil is enough now that I can spin this, and then we'll put our clutch washer back down, and of course it wants to fall off. Well, see if we got it the right way around or not. Oh, and it popped off again. One of these days I'll come up with a clever plan to hold this in place. While I put the hand wheel clutch nut in. Apparently today is not that day. It just popped off again from behind there. Alright, we're gonna install this backwards. And it should be okay, but when you install it backwards, it doesn't get the spring action it's supposed to have. So because those 2 tabs, they don't just drive the machine, they also provide a little bit of spring action behind this hand wheel knob. Alright, and And I got that on upside down. We'll take this out and put that washer in upside down, or the other way around. Oh, and then it popped out anyway. Okay. Okay, that is wrong because I kept an eye on the ear behind here when I set this in. I set it in, first time I set it in like this, and I watched the ear and my pin came out there. So now we'll put it on this way and the pin should tighten right there, and the ear is behind it, so it'll loosen. Perfect. So there. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. A little bit of oil and it's ready to go. So we can pop our belt back on and throw another felt on it. And this little Visetti, oh, I did not check the light bulb. I'm not getting any light, so I guess we'll look at that.